Hello, friends, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Fort Worth Roots. Today we journey down to Houston, Texas, to meet up with a comedian he's been in the industry for decades and has been on television shows, has been in movies, and was planning on playing at Hyenas in Fort Worth. And we got wind of this, and we're like, well, let's get ahead of the ball. Let's go down to Houston. Let's interview Billy Sorrells, or Sorrells. We went back and forth on how to pronounce his last name. I'm going to call him Sorrells. Anyway, went down to Houston, did the interview. It was great. He was very hospitable, gave us everything we needed to ensure that the recording happened in a timely manner. The great space right there in his home in Houston. Anyway, we're very grateful to do this, and we're looking forward to connecting with more people that are coming here to Fort Worth to entertain us, to do work here, and so on and so forth and whatnot. Anyway, this was great. It was something new. I believe this is the first time we've done something like this, where we traveled to our guest over such a long distance to support something that they had coming up. And I knew I wasn't going to get this episode out before his show because we recorded this, I think, like on a Thursday, and he was playing on a Saturday. So, anyway, Billy, thank you so much. Looking forward to maybe sitting down and doing recording with you in the near future. Just kind of check in on you. Billy's been through a lot, and over the last 3-4 years, it's been a rough ride for Billy. But he's getting back into it. He's a strong dude, and nothing's going to keep this gangster down. So check the show notes. I'll have all the links for how you can find our friend Billy and support him and see more of his comedy. Again, Billy, thank you. That's enough talking out of me. And let's start the show. Well, Billy, again, thank you for having us into your beautiful home.
You are in Sorrells Manor right now.
Sorrells Manor.
Yeah, there's been 3 divorces in here.
Was it 3? I thought there was more.
No, it's 3
no,
divorces.
Just the 3?
No,
okay.
Other people wasn't married. They was just fucking around in here and had to leave. No.
So you got a big show coming up. That is April 26th, and we're going to make sure and pump some
First of all, fuck the show. Do you know who I'm with today? I'm with y'all. I'm with the fucking Fort Worth Root.
That's right.
This is some shit. Because I want y'all to understand, in the world of where we are right now, I need y'all to understand these gentlemen made the voyage to come and see me.
It wasn't bad.
Right, but they came down here. They ain't doing that no more.
They
have lost that touch of human touch.
We made the trip.
I'm actually here. I get to see the equipment and shit. The meters is going up. This is really happening.
By the time we're done with this, we'll know if we're willing to make that trip twice. But so far, so good. It wasn't bad, man. Fort Worth to Houston, 4.5 hours, no traffic. Actually, you're on the west side, so it was only like 3 hours and some change. Mm-hmm. Wasn't bad at all. I would not want to be driving through that shit right now, though.
Yo, y'all went the long way. Y'all should have came out through Bryan College Station. Which way y'all came? We came down 45.
No, we were 35 for a bit, and then we cut over
to State 6.
Maybe
that's what we were.
It was 6, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you was on 35 to State 6.
I've always just come straight down 45.
You can always tell when motherfucker road.
Yeah, we go right on down to the state, looking for State 6. Hang that left. That's going to be a big left you're going to take there. It's a big roller skater coming in. This is Suntan Superman coming in. What's your breaker 190?
That's this aviation thing is really gonna dominate this episode. I can tell.
No, it's the fact that I haven't had a earpiece microphone since my days at Sirius. Those was the good days at Foxhole. If you want to know about some good laughs that was had, them was some good laughs.
Tell us about your Sirius days.
Sirius days was cool. Shout out to all of our friends over there at Sirius FM. Man, Foxhole 93. Now, LOL. Kevin Hart's network. That's what they do to black people. They just take the nigga off and put the other nigga on. Nigga will be used 4 times on this episode. That's only once. But the funny part is that's what happened.
I'm thinking more than 4.
What? We'll just keep it at 4.
I've seen your content.
Yeah. He's like he got the button. He's like, well, thank God for AI. We just have to sub it out.
No. I should have really laced you up on Fort Worth Roots. We don't do a whole lot of edits.
That's good.
Yeah.
You keep it in there.
Well,
they're waiting on a crash out, and I know that they expected it.
I want want the real Billy.
That's what that. Look how she nigga looking. She's like, don't do it. No. See, I asked her to go get some Hennessy, and she looked at me. She was like, yeah, I'm not drinking today. I said, well, you not drinking today? Nah, I realized what it was. She didn't want me to drink the Hennessy on the episode. See, she didn't realize old Billo got his own bar over there, and I hide liquor everywhere. So you ain't never gonna dry me out.
We got to give a shout out to Shaniqua, by the way, because she set this whole thing up.
Yeah, she did.
And
it's good when your manager and your people is good with your woman. Your woman feel good. Like, good. I'm glad you with your nigga. Take him, girl, please.
We're at 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So I got dizzy looking into all of your accolades, everything that you've been up to. You have been a very busy man. You have dug both hands into your career and taken it very seriously. You've made all the rounds, played on some very big stages. And we're here, I think, today to get an overall sensibility, but we also got to talk about this show just a little bit.
Well, Fort Worth and the show that I'm going to do down there is a part of the Dirty Sexy Funny Tour in 26. It's my kids have said, okay, you can go now. People always try to tell you, it's like, oh, you need to be home with your family, and you need to be there and be a part of it and shit. Yeah. And then you there, and the kids like, I kind of like this nigga better when he was gone. It was better. I liked it better when he was gone. There's a lot of micromanaging going on.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, if you're born with a gift and a passion, you have an allegiance and an obligation to that gift. That gift is hard on you. But what's worse is when you find out what your purpose is. Your purpose and your gift are two different things. Your gift is what happens and what you can do. Your purpose is how your gift helps other people.
Slow that down for me and say it again.
Your gift is what you have.
Okay.
You get your gift.
So your gift is already there.
Your gift.
You didn't have to do nothing for it.
It's your birthright. It's your inheritance. You inherited in part of it from the Elohim, from God created you and crafted you and said, we hope you make it through this non-abortion pill if you're It's a plan for these motherfuckers. It's like, you ain't never seen a kid that was about to be aborted. It's the most gangster shit you could do. Nigga, we could have not had you, motherfucker. I could have killed you a couple days, but I didn't. I let you live. I can't wait to say that to my son.
This isn't your parenting style.
No, this is you understand. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep the one up on them motherfuckers because they watch TV. They got the internet. We ain't have access to that much information. We just had what the fuck our parents told us.
No, if you didn't know, you just kept not knowing, right?
You just kept not knowing. You know what I'm saying? People just don't know stuff. But now, getting back to the gift and the purpose part, your gift is what you are born with, what you're given, and gifts can be rescinded if you choose not to use them.
Okay,
I want you to understand that. You don't just keep a gift, but you were given it. Your purpose is how your gift helps other people.
Okay.
That is where your purpose is. People saying, I don't know my purpose in life. Motherfucker, you can't have no purpose for yourself because your purpose ain't about you. Your purpose is how what you do helps other people. When you start figuring out what you do and how it impacts other people and what it does for them, well, then you ain't asked the right question. Because a lot of people think they got gifts that they ain't gifts. If every time you seeing people get annoyed and want you to shut the fuck up, then that ain't your gift.
There are some comedians out there that are feeling very seen right now.
Right. But just because I come in a room and I start singing and I do it every day don't mean people want to hear me do it.
So how does Fort Worth fall into your purpose this weekend?
Well, when I look back at college, one of my good friends, Decoy and Franklin, and my boy Gip, man, these guys are right there from the city. And my boy Terry and Caldwell, a huge comedian on social media. Fort Worth, Stop 6, the whole, oh man. So my oldest daughter, her name's Blair. Her mom is Brandy. She's from Dallas. She grew up in Cedar Hill area, but she's got family out there in Fort Worth. So when we were dating, going out there in college, a big part of my life, a lot of the people and girls and guys from school at TSU, the Texas Southern University, the Legends, Texas
One
Southern
and
University.
only.
The one and only. A lot of students were from Fort Worth, from the DFW area. So we learned real quick what the Metroplex was about. And then just being a true Texan, man, just understanding and just having so many memories going down there, going ballpark, just traveling and seeing and being on the road. There's so much to touch and feel in Fort Worth. And it's like, man, doing that outside of just doing the Arlington Improv or just going into Dallas proper. It's like, nah, I want to see everything this time.
Yeah, and Fort Worth's really popping off these days. We were talking about that on the way down. Like, people that live in Fort Worth aren't really ready for what's happening, but people on the outside looking in are starting to take note.
Movies are coming. Everything's coming.
Well, we got Billy playing at Hyenas, so
Yes,
you know
sir.
something.
So you got to understand
off.
what's happening in the landscape for the state. State legislation has come through. We've been able to.
22?
There it is. And now we're in this position. Now we got $350 million that people are like, I want some of that fucking money.
Is that what the total was? 350?
Right. So and they'll extend it past
Yeah,
that for
I think
certain
so, too.
projects.
Yeah.
That's just the minimum. And you got to think that's just attractive to people to say, if I can get something out of it, then cool. If you do $1 million a movie, you got 350 fucking movies.
Yeah.
That's just in 2 years.
Right.
So if you do 150, we're not going to watch 150 movies from Texas, or if they were produced here. We don't. So we got to understand that money can be for better projects and for better opportunities and things. And that's how people won.
And for our friends out there listening that don't know what SB 22, that's Senate Bill 22 that was passed through Texas legislation, 6 months ago?
Yeah, well, it passed through 6 months ago. Shout out to all my friends there at the state board, Houston Film Commission, Texas Film Commission. Man, shout out to, I'm just going to shout out Chris Hollins, our comptroller here. We've made some diligent approaches, not to be confused with Senate Bill 1988, which is, for those who don't know, protective orders are now the most strongest orders that can be given. They supersede regular civil orders. They supersede family custody orders. So if a motherfucker put a protective order on you, it's real.
You know what that is? It's basically like you can't come within 20 feet of me or something like that.
Protective orders are for a reason. It's some people. I got a protective order on somebody right now. They can't come back over here.
Sorry, Mom.
My mama cool. Her mama. She who shall not be named. It's just like Voldemort. It's
Don't say that name.
Don't say her name. Just because we got a kid together, don't mean you say the name. You know.
Yeah, I got a couple of protective orders and some bill collectors myself. Just stay away from over there.
Yeah. You know, that's one of the things that's funny. I'm glad we having this conversation, because I think really in finding my purpose is in my own life journey. I've done a lot of studying to really learn law and how we work through stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's where a lot of conflict comes from, is not being able to resolve or mediate our issues. We've been knowing that mediation is needed. People need to figure out a way to work some shit out.
Yeah.
Shout out to our Jewish friends who are mediators at sometimes, and sometimes galvanizers of different types. But the first mediators between when war would go on, they would send the Jewish tribes to go and talk to neighboring countries to get them to surrender. The Jews inside of those actual communities would then be like, hey, King, can we not die today? We're surrounded. Let's talk this out. You would always wonder, they have the guy ride in on a horse and he wouldn't ride with nobody. He was Jewish. When you go back and think about taxes, the first person to negotiate a tax was a Jewish person. No, this is not.
I didn't know that.
Real life.
No, real life.
Yeah.
I need you to understand how when we start talking about dealing with issues that we have, and I'm shout out to the Jewish people. Y'all getting a bad rap right now. For those of you, certain people are, but to my good Jewish friends out there that are doing everything that they can the right way.
And I've got Jewish friends too, and there's a huge distinction between Jewish people and the nation state of Israel, right?
Yeah, and see, we have this guy here who understands this, that everybody is not Ashkenazi, and that the Jewish state of Israel has nothing to do with the original Hebrew people. But what we start talking about just in a legal capacity, understanding at the very beginning of why we have certain things, like, hey man, we need to be able to resolve conflict, and people need to know how to do that. That's why practicing law, being able to understand how to negotiate things, stops a lot of shit. You know, if you got a way to tell a motherfucker, hey, can you just not come back over here?
Or else.
Like, it's like leading to, it's like, yeah, I could tell him to put his pistol on you, but then it's like, you know.
Now we got a different problem.
We got a different problem. And
So-
if you don't have a way to mediate your issues. That's 90% of it going through life. Can you mediate your issues with your family? Can you mediate your issues with your finances? Can you mediate your issues with your...
And this was Senate Bill 1980 what?
1988.
Okay. And when did that happen?
They passed that one in September of 2025.
And basically, they just put some more teeth on the protective order.
Well, people were treating protective orders in orders of that nature like they didn't matter. And you look at a lot of the homicide and murder rate and abuse that occurs that's perpetuated is by somebody who's probably not
already had one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so
Facts.
if we can do that, we can get back to smoking, drinking, having a good time, and getting some pussy. And I feel like we got away from that. And we can never get away. We got to bring it all the way back to, that's why shit is in chaos. Ain't nobody fucking right now. Everybody's scrolling.
I don't know how people feel about our current governor, old Wheels of Glory, but I think that you could be our next governor, Billy.
I thank you for your...
you got my vote, brother.
I thank you for your potential recommendation. I'm also going to pass. And the only reason why I say I passed is simply because, man, Texas...
You got a protective order at the Capitol?
No. right. So we'll talk about something that is big, because this company's right there in your neck of the woods.
Okay.
And we're going to send a special shout out to BKV Energy.
BKV Energy. I'm going to have to look that up.
BKV LLC, by far, in my personal experiences, has... in its only 2 year of infancy of a company, it's a piece of shit.
Damn. Shots fired.
Yeah, I've never seen nobody do shit on corporate, right? We got beef with the light company.
What's wrong with Billy?
What's wrong
Here's that
with
crash
him?
out. We knew it was going to happen.
We had no idea he was going to articulate it the way that he did. It's like, I seen the motherfucker.
Our attorneys' pens are burning.
Yeah, and they've been taking an L. Shouts out to all of my good friends, and I say my good friends because the attorneys don't have anything to do with it. They can't help where they get paid at. Baker Botts law firm. Baker Botts, founded by a Confederate general.
Okay. So it's been around a minute.
Yeah. 1848. And they represented BKV Energy LLC, and when I went to administrative hearings. So if you don't know, Texas facts. The PUC, Public Utility Commission. If you guys are having problems with, this is again, mediating your issues. If you're having problems dealing with, hey, my property, my water consumption is not right. My gas is too high. My light bill is too high. My phone bill is outrageous. My internet, my cable, they turned off the power in the neighborhood. We experienced that today while they were working, putting in the fiber optics in. Hey, you have an easement in the back of your house. You're trying to figure out why the fuck is 8 people in your backyard when you come home and nobody asked you.
I would not be okay with that.
Right. You feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But then you have to go look at the laws and you realize that your property has a 5 to 8 foot easement
or
from
more,
the curb.
Right?
Depending. And so that's why it's very important for you. And here's a shameless plug. Go get your property surveyed. Know where your survey lines are, mark them off, and if they encroach your lines, sue the fuck out them. Sue them.
Well, and not only that, but let's say you get a nice brick fence put up around your property and you didn't take a look at that easement. They can drive right through it with the tractor, man.
But the guys now, they try to, because their goal is to, best efficiency of time. They have people who are, mediators of sorts, come into the neighborhood and like, hey, we're gonna be doing this, blah blah blah. You can do a lot if you ask me.
It's a lot more polite.
It's problem when it's 9 motherfuckers in the backyard, dude walking. Yeah, man, goddamn, got to get this done by sundown. You're like, hey, what are y'all doing back here? Man, we got to dig all that up. We're gonna all them plants you planted. We got to get all that up, man.
This ain't got nothing to do with you, Billy. Go about your business.
Yeah, it really got nothing to do with you, man. They trying to get this down. Don't give a fuck. But I ended up having to go take them to court. So I got solar panels on my home. This is what I do hope we can get. Wheels of Glory, Wheels of Thunder, whatever, Professor X, whatever you want to call him. He who does not stand for anything. I hope they figure out a way to protect people in what we get. You get a robust set of people in 2020 who decided to take advantage of the tax credits that you got for getting solar panels in your home. I don't know if you noticed or not. You go get solar panels, they give you 40% of the money back and you can deduct it off your taxes.
Are they still doing that?
Yeah. Now, that's from your initial purchase.
Right.
Then you can deduct a percentage of that every year.
Okay.
You can depreciate that asset. So I took advantage of that. I got it. I got with BKV, changed providers, rates look better online. And when I signed up with them, I got solar panels. So I'm going through my first month's bill, and I'm like, bill kind of high.
That's not right.
Not right. Call them. Never be afraid to call in. Here's why, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this at home, tips that you can know. When you go to an administrative hearing or when you go to court, you can always request the fucking tapes. Tell them your problem. Tell them what you want solved. Ask them to solve it for you. Make them answer it on the spot. Don't get mad when they call and don't answer. Answer the phone. Tell them you don't have it. Explain yourself. It's on the record. When you go to court, you can pull the record and say, I tried to tell you here. Now you got a lawsuit.
Nice.
Because now you've laid the groundwork to be able to have an argument to stand on. I'm hoping that there are some personal injury lawyers who just don't want to go chase ambulances and who actually want to go and be real servants of the public interest and start really trying to help people. There's a lot of civil cases. There's a lot of credit cases. There's a lot of people who are out here trying to get their credit together. This all goes together. Remember what I said? The key word on this show today is going to be mediation of shit. And look, we're going to get back to the pussy and the drinking. Okay? Just take this first 5-minute turn. The pussy and the drinking is net. We are drinking and talking about pussy. We're going to have more pussy to get when we have more money. And
I'm in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah. And what's funny is going to be when they play this tape back in court. Yes, Your Honor. He said there's pussy to get. There's a lot to get. And that's what his whole motivation for this lawsuit is.
That's all he's trying to do.
He's all he's trying to do.
cares about.
And then, this is how you make a great argument in court. I've learned this watching lawyers. You don't run away from it.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want pussy?
Okay, well, we're going to shift gears now.
Look, there's some man at home. I don't want pussy at all. All right, that was my 6th time saying Pete. All right, so
you're doing good, Billy. Hey, let's talk a little bit more about Billy.
Yeah,
I want to dig into your past a little bit. And by the way, I told you I don't edit, but if we get into any kind of topic that you're not okay with talking with or
I
talking
just
about.
tried to relate public interest and pussy together. Do you understand where we are?
It's a complicated situation. I'm proud you pulled it off.
You don't understand. The algorithm is doing all this.
It doesn't.
This one of them shows. Man, he had beef with the light company. He ain't finished to tell us that. Now we got to have him back to see the rest of this shit. You interrupted. He was telling us how to sue him. That's what you got to do. You got to get the people that's trying to help themselves.
BKV. This episode is brought to you by.
Yes. Yeah, BKV Energy, where we present ourselves as a Texas energy company, but we are also actually a Thai-based chemical company.
Oh.
Who came here with the interest of getting a AI facility to take away your water supply.
Oh my God! It just keeps getting deeper.
Yeah, you can go back and read that up. That's how you do that. You leave that, then you go. Where you want to go? How far back you want to go?
We're gonna go way back. We're going to go back to about 8 years old. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because we just did an episode with a 20-year-old ICAC veteran. It's Internet Child something something. I can't remember the acronym. But right before we put this episode out, that's the one that's going to come out. So, and again, this is a touchy subject. So if you don't want to talk about it, we don't got to. But I really had to ask you about this because not only did we put out an episode right before this one involving something related to it, but lately I've been trying to figure out, or I've been relating more to people that are unpacking trauma and just kind of looking at that introspectively while also listening to other people's stories. So I know that recently whenever I had to unpack something, it was like telling a story from somebody else's life. At 8 years old, you were molested by, I can't remember the age of the woman, but that is something that I wanted to know. When did you finally unpack that? When did you have to finally address
when
that?
When you unpack it, it's when you start having to mediate your mental health.
Yeah.
Mediate your relationships. Why are you what are you upset about? And if I'm not heard, if I'm not listened to, if my voice got bigger.
Yeah.
After 8. My stance and disposition on certain things changed. I took a more passive approach to women. I took a more accepting approach to whatever it was. That's how you got so many baby? Hey, I got touch points. You know, part of my trauma was understanding what my triggers were. Mm-hmm. Heavy emotional connection, hard breaks of disconnection, questioning like, hey, the girl when I was coming up would say when she wanted to do something to me and I would be like, no. She'd be like, you gay. Then she proceeded to beat me up, punch on me and shit.
Yeah.
Question your manhood or your masculinity or whatever they want to attach it to now, but challenge who you are at the fabric in essence.
Well, this is you at 8.
Right. You got to think about it.
Damn.
Look at them guys on the wall.
Yeah.
That's my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather. Mm-hmm. So my dad and grandfather were coaches. My great-grandfather worked for the city of Chattanooga. He had a 6th grade education.
Our friends that are watching the video can't see that picture, but those are some men.
So when you think about it,
some excellent looking dudes.
My grandfather, the football pictures in here, they played football with no face mask. They got face masks his freshman year in college.
Did he still have teeth?
Yeah. Some mouthful of teeth. He was a nose guard. Won a national championship at Tennessee State. Used to be Tennessee A&I. They played Florida A&M University in the Cotton Bowl in front of 15,000 people, and that was in 1956. So when I think about that, and he coached and trained me, and he coached Reggie White. My dad also taught Usher, and I knew Usher as a kid growing up. Usher
Really?
White.
Oh, that's cool.
He's from Chattanooga. My grandfather was the administrator and PE coach and football coach for Samuel L. Jackson at Riverside High School.
That's so wild.
So when you understand, like these guys touch people live, and then my father left Tennessee with 20 years of education, came here and got another 20 years of
Here to
education.
Houston?
Yeah. And so I'd be remiss to say that after looking after everybody else's kid and all 3 of your kids get molested at a certain point, I can understand his trauma of finding that out.
God, yeah.
So for me, when I try to tell my grandfather and people like, hey, this happened, he was like, oh man, you ain't gay.
Yeah.
The girl like you. Okay. What we dealing with that?
Yeah.
Also, times have changed.
Right.
How we as a community and group of people learn and understand things is different than how we understood and looked at things before. Mm-hmm. And when we look at it with the different glasses on, it's like, okay, now I understand. So it's a push pull thing. Now for a woman at 19, 20, who challenges your manhood, who is heavily sexualized, you become hypersexual, hyperviolent, hyper-aggressive. I look the way I look. My dad's who they were. I was around big, like, so I didn't have that thing that made me be like, no. It made me be like, okay, well, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's go all the way with this. It's going to play out one or two ways. I've seen this shit happen a million times. Well, we're going to do it today. We're going to find out.
Yeah.
Somebody going to start. Somebody going to sit on the bench. Somebody going to win. Somebody going to lose. You just try to figure out how to keep winning. And then how you lost, and you got to figure out how to beat the motherfucker the next time. Well, if that's your mindset, well, that's called an indomitable spirit. I went through martial arts. My parents put me in all the shit. Boxing, martial arts, jiu-jitsu. Why? Well, they weren't trying to instill discipline into me. And the thing that we couldn't get to was, hey, let's go get him a therapy session.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't a thing.
Oh yeah.
Right. But the thought was, well, if I just discipline him more,
Right.
then, well, you're going to hit a plateau of success and accolades by just, I'm going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
And I can high function do this no matter what the fuck go on.
Right.
The world could be in what it's in peril. How can you create at a time like this? Hey, man, I got to do this. Because if I don't do this, what the fuck I'm doing?
Yeah.
But I know also this is my purpose. I got a gift for doing this, so I got to keep doing this because some people need to watch this to feel better about what the fuck is going on around me. So even though it's bad, keep doing it.
Yeah.
So moving through it and getting to it.
At what point did you finally hit the top end of that trajectory and have to start, okay, Billy's got to talk about this. Billy's got to figure this out.
It was hard for me. So 2020, a couple things happened. It forced our world
Yeah.
to introspectively look at itself. Everybody wasn't thrilled with what they came back with.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody went inside, had a long talk, and came out and drank a lot
of alcohol.
Did
a lot of drugs.
a lot of drugs. I need you to understand.
I'm speaking in general, by the way.
Yeah. No, I did it. There's no statute of limitations. A lot of MDMA, a lot of shit. It's a public record at this point because my divorce proceeding was a definitely a testament of he had what in his system? Ketamine. They ain't even know what the fuck it was.
That's for a horse, sir.
Yeah, that what they said in court. So, Your Honor, he's got horse tranquilizers. Ma'am, it was a great party. Please, there was no horses harmed in this.
I'm a steed. Thank you.
That's it. Shit.
No more questions.
So, that's so funny to go before that judge and then come back, clean later on, and they be bringing up the drug shit because the judge be like, we ain't talking about that today. This man is clean. Y'all done tested him 9 times. You want to pee again today, Sorrells? I'm good, Your Honor. You want me to pee? I will. I go do it. When you lose custody to a person with a public record of drugs, what type of parent are you?
Said you won custody with all that in consideration.
Yes.
Yeah. How messed up must you be?
Yes. They'll be like, you know what? We're giving it to the motherfucker that talked about what he used to do. But I don't shy away from it. Let me tell you why people are like, why are you talking about that so much? I said, because there's somebody right now who's dealing with that for a very personal reason and probably needs a private set of counseling, therapy, or outreach, but they can't because they don't know who to talk to.
Yeah.
And y'all motherfuckers like to take everything that they say and screenshot, I'm out here helping the community. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
You don't think helping was happening before you could post about it? So it became a piece of content that is the very fabric of these people's lives. And even if you don't say, well, I didn't say their name, I said, but the thought of me speaking to you privately about something and then you making a public statement about what you learned about me privately is a trade fucking secret.
Yeah.
Like, it might be why I'm good is because of the shit that I had to go through. You ever thought about that? But
well, you would not. Absolutely. You would not be the same person that you are today.
Correct. So it really, and it's funny. This episode of your podcast, I'm dedicating it to somebody. This is dedicated to my little sister, Joanna. She's about to be 40.
Happy birthday.
Yep. She turns 40 April 28th. This will be out way before then. But the bravery that she expressed to me, explaining to me how she was molested when she was a kid by my stepbrother, that floored me.
Yeah.
And then how it happened to my baby sister under me, I was just like, all right. That took me like, you ever seen Superman when he gets knocked through and he falls through the ground and goes from layer to layer through the building? Bro, it took me all the way to the bottom floor.
Yeah.
And then it made me have to just take a second and dig in there.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, what you mean? We was playing, I was gone to go do this, and then what? And then we at Disney World, and then what? And then everything that's a big moment for the family is tied to something for trauma.
That just destroys your entire image of your childhood.
Well, it also just tells you how on point you have to be with your children, with yourself, how honest you have to be, how open you have to be able to help your children and your family navigate stuff.
100%.
It's not your fault, motherfucker. It's your problem.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. They be like, well, it ain't my fault. Yeah, it ain't your fault. Yeah. But it is your problem.
Well, and the episode that we put out right before this, you're echoing what we're talking about. You've got to stay on top of what is influencing your child's life. You just have to. And like you said, Not your fault, but it is your problem. You got to stay on top
And
of
people
that.
think that saying that somebody's problem is blame. I just think we have to be able to not speak speculatively about certain things and speak operatively about certain things. Like, your problem is an operative thing. I could say, well, speculatively, it's really not his problem because he wasn't, no, motherfucker, but operatively, in the way he has to operate on a day-to-day sense of function, it's a problem he has to mediate, meaning he's going to need an intercessor. You could say that spirituality could be Jesus Christ, big time Christian, love all that. But I think and personally feel that if God gave you the inclination to have the brain to study, and he gave you the wherewithal and the capacity to be able to retain the information, and he gave you the discipline and the faith to continue on a journey to get a degree, then that meant that those studies and practices that were able to be certified should be utilized. And I think that we start confusing what people understand. Like the Bible, in a canonical sense, only is able to cover so much in what we have in the proper canon. When you go to the apocryphal sense, you start reaching and tapping into those other art forms and understandings. But people don't want to have those conversations because then we got to go back to Martin Luther and him being a Protestant and why he made those decisions to take certain books out of the Bible. And no, nobody thought that we was going to be able to go through personal life trauma, religion, and law, but all it goes back.
And we're not done yet.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, the Bible is fascinating to me. All the different versions, the fact that it was written well after Jesus Christ.
Shout out to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church.
Yeah, because they kept the most original copy, right? Isn't that right?
That's right, and they were never invaded.
Not yet.
Not yet. When you look at it, man, it's like that's why I say I try and leave people with one word: mediate. I know we jumped around today, guys.
We're gonna keep
your regular. What do you call your regular listeners? Do you have a name for them?
My family.
Okay, wait a minute.
I don't know what you're reaching for there, Billy.
No.
What do I? I just call them our friends out there listening to us.
Okay. Fuck you. So today, this will be a special episode. We are going to name your fans.
Okay. It's gonna take a minute. We got a lot.
I like rooters.
Okay, rooters. Oh, they're rooting for us. Took me a minute. It was a long drive.
That Adderall is finally working. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't get none, by the way.
I have another.
No,
and I will share with you.
We don't need that.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Shout out to the rooters. I'm gonna call you that. I just want to apologize for the uncanny disposition of my presentation today on the show being all over the fucking place, but also covering all of the parts. If you transcribe your podcast today and put this in ChatGPT or Claude or any other large language model, and you go back and tell it, line up what he's talking about, it's gonna make perfect fucking sense.
Of course it can do that. Well, listen, we just wanted Billy, so we're getting Billy. You don't have to apologize for anything.
No. I just wanted them to know that, I know it's like, well, see, this motherfucker, he shouldn't have drove down there. He should have stayed where the fuck he was at. Drove over there to hear that old high-ass talk he was doing.
Well, hey.
That's what old men do when they don't understand something. Oh, that old powder talk. That's powder.
Start making up words.
Yeah, that's powder. Ain't nothing but powder. Talking about canonical. Ain't nothing wrong with the goddamn Bible.
God, I was hoping I could keep up with you. That was a foolish endeavor. What is that?
Oh, I think it's that.
Is that the power company?
No, right here.
Oh, this thing?
Yeah.
What's it doing? Oh, God.
There you go.
Cool. Right on, technology. All right. We got a little bit off, but you need to take that? Take that.
No, I'm going to take shit.
Okay. Hold on. So 2020, we're going through a divorce. You're getting all of your dirty laundry aired out. And in the middle of all this, you're dealing with trauma from way back when, trying to get yourself right. And then while all that's going down, is that about the time whenever you found out you're getting diagnosed with a brain tumor?
Let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you something. I thank God for 2020, 21, and 22. I could not be here right now. Tell you why. If I stayed on that course, there's a strong chance a couple things wouldn't happen. I wouldn't have slowed down enough to be able to have these last 2 kids I have, my boys.
Yeah.
I would have missed some pivotal, formative years away from my children chasing a bigger stage.
Yeah.
That's what they give you. I want you to understand that. It's just a bigger stage. And you know what that means to the people who come and see you on the stage that you're on right now?
It means you're further back and the tickets cost more.
Right. And that they're not enough. They gave you what they could afford to see you.
Yeah.
And you gave them what you could give them. The only thing that changes your fulfillment of anything is now with the internet. Do you need a bigger stage? The world is a stage. Put shit on the internet. They gonna find you. The algorithm is now purposefully and intentfully, even though we want to say it's demonic. Oh man, no. It's gonna push the shit right where it need to go. Somebody had the idea to say, you know what? It shouldn't matter about if I follow you or not and what I scroll. It should matter about what they into and then what they need, they find. Well, then, don't it say knocking the door should be open? Don't it say seek and you shall find? Well, here you go. So that's why I hit the shit that I hit, because if it's on my heart to say it, well, when you break the episode down or when you put it up, we don't know what part somebody gonna levitate toward, cut off, and run through the machine and go send back out there. Well, it's gonna hit where, I mean, what he say he was? He was a fisher of men. Well, motherfucker, I like to fish. I throw that motherfucker out there. I get a good throw. I throw from the side, in case you ain't know, for fishermen. I got a little side throw. I don't go straight back. I'm from the side.
That's some Houston gangster fishing right there.
No. It's that's my little thing.
Turn it sideways.
Yeah, mine is there. My little cast is there. I got a cool, strong flip. And then I kind of just, I want to see where it is. You know, when I'm reeling back in, I want to see it kind of go through the water, and I want to see it get. But with that, in that time period, I really had a moment where I had to face things that had not been faced.
Right.
And then when you face it, you're like, well, how are we going to deal with that? And you got to compartmentalize and start going through it. I'm very thankful to my mom, because had I probably not gone through that, I would have, what is that, imposter syndrome? Where you present something that you're not. I would have continued to present something that I had not all the way done the research on. You ever start talking about something with somebody that they say that they're really interested in, and then when you start talking to them about it, you realize they don't know shit about what the fuck they say they're interested in?
All the time. Usually
Most
myself.
fucking disappointing thing is to see somebody who says, yo, I'm really into this, and then you ask them a question, and then you be like hoping that you're going to give me something, and then you don't get shit.
They just came loaded with
now
the
you just sat up here and just sat there, well, I don't know nothing else. So like, what? I'm glad I am a man, because if I was a woman, I would not give you any pussy, sir.
Brought it right back.
There it
Right
is.
back.
There it
You
is.
see that call back? Put them niggas out. That's what I'm talking about. He took him through all that. He bobbed and weaved off the church. Hit the Pope, fucking pop, and hit him.
That's that callback.
Yeah, hey man, you gotta understand, bro. There's some very hotep people out here who still listen to your show, and they the ones that's got the conspiracy theory. They already got your theories lined up. See, he had to have him on there because this was the part. Once he had him on there, now they can really see what he been talking about the whole time. He trying to take the governor down. He gonna try and put somebody in office. I'm like, man, this nigga came
That's just powder right there.
that is
Powder. That's all. Now that's a callback.
Powder.
That's
Yeah,
another
that's
callback.
another callback.
powder. The ER make you concerned. If you say, hey man, you want some powder? No,
Oh no, not that kind of powder.
powder. You gotta say powder. It's powder.
Oh, you
They
got.
all in this one know that powder.
I didn't enunciate correctly.
Shout out to Bernie Maxwell.
So I don't want to harp on it too much, but you did get diagnosed with a brain tumor, and it was not looking good. You were pretty sure that was it for you. You started.
Yeah, I started. My head got big. I had lost a lot of weight. Yeah, man.
And you dealt with that for a couple of years.
Yeah, man. And you know, here's the funny part. If I didn't start making some changes, I would not be here.
Yeah.
Let's talk medical for a minute.
That's hard.
A
to do in the US.
non-alkaline body will produce, reproduce, and carry bacteria. Bacteria as we know it, we say the gut lining, we say everything. But when you really look at it, it's the demons that you see on TV that you think are just spiritual. They're actually real demons in your body. People don't want to believe that.
We're talking viruses and bacterias and
yeah. There are certain parasites that you don't want in your body. Hate to tell you, pet folks, but one of the most ferocious set of parasites that you can have in your body is from a feline.
Yeah. We don't have no cats.
Those cats, you'll start seeing it. What happens is people get those parasites in their body, and then they become chain linked in to just taking care of the cats, taking care of the cats. Another cat comes up. Oh, another dog, another cat, another pet. Well, the parasites are controlling the person.
Yeah.
Saying, go get the cat food. Fuck clean this kitchen. Get some more cat food. Matter of fact, get the pedigree. Get
I've
the good
seen
shit.
it. It's called a cat person.
Yeah, it's an old lady cat lady. They still want to fuck every now and again. And, you know, you ain't never went over to a chick house and had a bunch of cats. It's get creepy and shit. You know, cats don't have no type of personal space. They'll just sit right there on the edge of the bed. You pounding this lady down. Like, you want to go somewhere? You want to get up out of here? I mean, she likes you. Let's just keep going. Nah, the motherfucker look at me in the eyes. I want to get out of here. So, funny story.
Oh no, he's got a segue for that one.
Funny story. So I'm going to the doctor, and I had this whole woe is thou moment. I'm like, you know, what else can be happening? I go to the doctor. The doctor is talking to me. They do the MRI. They're talking to me about it, and the lady asked me, and I just had been in such a space of just being so honest and open. She's like, well, have you had any pain or anything? I was like, well, no. It's like, I would get headache from time to time. When I just do some powder and that'd be it. And she was like, what? So the lady, she starts writing down. So how often would you do this? Oh, you know, till the headache stopped. I don't know, like 2-3 bumps. And so now, did it make you feel better immediately? Now we having a conversation of, oh shit, with this type of traumatic brain, do you have any type of capacity of fixing this? Is this what you think it is? And then people have to ask this because you now become a study question. You now become, like, for example, people don't know that dealing with certain parasites in the body, certain types of cancer, nicotine patches have this overwhelming amount of being able to heal people in those places. You start finding out what they've been hiding from you the whole time. Baking soda. You go look at my kitchen right now. It is a 5-pound bag of baking soda.
Yeah, I got the same thing at my house.
And what you learn is you start mitigating your issues in your gut. You start mitigating your issues in your brain, in your body. Multiple sclerosis. It is parasites in your spinal fluid and in your spine that overactively reproduce. You lose control of your nervous system.
How do we get them out?
You know, something that we don't do as real practitioners.
I swear, if you say sun your butthole.
No, man. Stop eating.
Stop eating.
It's in the food.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Once I
that's a fact.
understood that, hey, just don't eat. Your body's going to go through ketosis, when there's going to be a part where you start breaking down and burning off the things that don't need to be there. You starve them out. It's like mice. You ain't going to just keep eating in the kitchen if it's mice in the kitchen and then food falling off from what you eat, and then the mice get the food that the fall off is. Well, don't put no food in the fucking kitchen.
Yeah.
Let them die out. Every organism got a life cycle.
Yeah.
But we keep actively presenting foods with heavy sugar, mixed compound ingredients. We think we're doing the right thing. Well, I'm just going to have a sandwich on light toast with a white bread, got certain bleach in it, which is turns into a sugar. After it metastasizes, now you right back feeding the stomach bacteria and the lining and these mixed compounds. They're coming up with new names. It's just all they are is mixing two things together, creating a new compound, and then naming it as that. And then the ones that we was already on, they saying it's not in there.
Well, this is okay because this isn't that.
Right.
It's got a different name.
So when you
colored it a different color.
When you understand it. Now, a group of people that you would think now would not be key components of people who can help you in your health journey. Go to the halal market. Find the Islamic and Muslim community. Go there and go eat there.
Now, do you think that's because their diet is like completely void of pork and other things that we...
Not just that. It's the processing of the animal.
Okay.
How the animal was killed. The draining of the blood from the animal.
Uh-huh.
Well, what carries bacteria through the body? Blood. What carries bacteria through the body of an animal?
Blood.
So if there's no blood in the body, then it can't be passed through the meat. But we don't believe and understand that there should be a specific process to do everything. Yeah. We got away from that. We started trying to, how do we make this more effective? Well, we don't drain them. We just kill them and then throw them in this big ass thing and chop it up.
Yeah.
Well, now the blood that would have been drained, properly cut, the pieces that will be removed. It's just like trauma is stored in the body. Uh-huh. It's in the bloodstream. You have an understanding of a high fall at an early age because it's stored it's in your memory receptors. Uh-huh. So if we raise an animal in a slothful, terrible condition and then we kill it recklessly, or we give it a savage lifestyle and then we eat this shit, and then we want to know why we just want to fuck anything, why we want to be slothful. It's in the fucking food.
Yeah.
It's genetic disposition. And then this is also going back to a form of predatory capitalism where people know that we're not going to take the time to do our proper due diligence because we trust brands and faces so much. No knock against Procter & Gamble. No knock against any of the big companies.
How many lawsuits are you going to get us in today?
But this is not saying it's different. This is me in a very friendly space after working with Procter & Gamble for many years on the radio. Understanding that their brand is something that doesn't get questioned on face value.
Well, and everything that you're saying, whether people agree with everything that you're saying, I think we can all agree that you just nailed it on the head. They don't have our best interest in mind. They are just trying to sell a product. And what's hilarious is our boomer parents, they really did believe that Folgers cared about providing them with the freshest coffee and that all these other big commercial entities were like trying to, protect them and take care of them and cared about their well-being. And I mean, nothing could be further away from the truth. And now, with all the information you have in front of you, friends, folks, everybody out there, I'm sure you don't believe that either. Like, that these corporations are just trying to make the most profit. Yep. And if that means poisoning you, your family, your neighbors, to hell with it. They're going to do it. And they're going to tell you to eat more.
And they're going to go to our nation's capital. They're going to talk to...
They're going to lobby it.
They're going to lobby it. And who are the lobbyists? When we start giving people practical names, the food companies are going to go in there and say, hey, man, if you go in there and tell them we can't do that, I can't do my shit. Let me give you some money, bro.
Yeah.
Chill. Mm-hmm. You are now a servant of the public interest who is being bought out.
And how is that still legal?
And... That's the glory of politics, bro.
It's insane.
That's where you go vote for somebody who has a real is he vested?
Where are they? Where are these people we can vote for?
Well, you know why? I'll tell you another. I'll give you another reason. We give up on this is outside the black community, so this is not inside the park. This is an outside the park home run I'm about to hit right now. We have a migrant vagrant lifestyle, which puts us in a space of disposition to not be able to get the equity out of our communities that we should. We're taught, as soon as we can, go get an apartment. Don't matter where it is, long as it's cute. That's your space. You just now brought into commercial real estate. You have not made an investment to any of yourself. Mm-hmm. You are now put yourself further away from your financial goals just to say you can open and close a door. Now, And the height of where we are fiscally, we are taking on concepts where people don't own the property and don't have a private door, but will go be in a shared communal space for business and finance. Well, if I'm going to go say I'll rent a shared space for my business, what is that telling you? I don't need a door to close to make this an official transaction for me. I need to, you go to a hotel, you don't earn any of that. It's a temporary suggestion for what you're doing when you're on the road or when you're moving around. We do not make those commitments. We teach our kids they got to go out and go get their own. We don't teach them how to be actually rich. And it's not about going and getting your own. It's actually, hey, we're going to get a trust. We're all going to be under the trust. Anytime something happened bad, every time somebody died, everybody, the trust get more money. Now, you don't got to borrow money from over there. You can go get it at a 1% or 0.5. I can set the fucking interest rate. I just got to tell whoever the fucking trustee is.
Yeah.
Now, when I die, I don't got to carry the expense of tax on having these things because the trust carries all that because it's all protected. But we don't know that. We are taught to isolate ourselves away from our family because that's what real men do. Not, man, well, if that was the case, it'd be a bunch of little bitty ass towns everywhere, and it ain't. Mm-hmm. Communities have to be developed. They want you to come together so they can make something. Well, why does the homeowners association need you to do shit? Because that's your community resource to advocate for the needs inside your community. But you don't talk to the homeowners association. Just pay them the fucking money and go the fuck on. Well, then you're not gonna see no fucking change. Because you can do more shit inside your homeowners association than you can probably do in most of the things that you go get involved with. But people don't know that. And where's the homeowners association for the apartment complex? You guessed it, ladies and gentlemen. You're paying premium retail prices to live somewhere and not have a voice about how to go take shit before your local magistrate to get some change.
100%. And
you don't get to vote about what the fuck the schools do. You live in an apartment, bitch. Shut up.
And that's a good point for voting in your local elections, too. Because you might think it's a big, sexy thing to vote on the national level, the federal level, but everything that affects you.
You're a fucking clown. You're a fucking Ringling Brother and Barnum and Bailey Circus clown. If you think the power is in the presidency,
right,
you're a fucking dweeb.
It's your local elections.
It starts there.
And probably your HOA. But I would just encourage you not to ever get into an HOA.
If you can avoid it.
Yeah.
If you can go get you a piece of land, develop it, and do all that shit, great. If you at a medium state, my homeowner association fees $325.
Yeah.
About 15 years ago, they added a second homeowner association, what they needed to do because they made some promises, so they put us under a second one. So I'm about $650 a year.
It's not bad.
For homeowners fees.
There are some much worse ones.
Yes.
Much worse, much more power-stricken and ego-driven places. But what I will tell you is learn your laws about the rules that impact you. Tell my kids this all the time. Go get your student code of conduct. Bring it home. I don't give a fuck what you think it's for. It's how you actually have the most fun at school. Go be a jackass. Learn the rules. What you can do, what you can't do. Stand on what the rules say. Challenge them to hold the rules effectively. That's it.
Yeah. Make sure you secure your agency.
Understand how to advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
Read. First of all, read. I got books fucking everywhere. I got shit to read. I'll read all the time because there's always something that they're slipping in.
Yeah.
All the time. And the they is not a speculative they that's vague. They can be the person that you sleep with every night. They can be your children. They can be objectively anybody that presents opposition to your well-being and development.
And save those books before they start burning them all.
Yeah, really.
There are actual instances where they are changing stories online.
These motherfuckers have factually changed lines and things out to line shit up a certain way.
Yeah.
And I
save your books.
You know, that was probably when I started seeing that part with the books, I had to go walk back everything I knew that was a part of what I thought was a fabric point for me. And I had to separate things that are of my fabric and texture of me and things that I've experienced and was accustomed to that no longer served me. Mm-hmm. Like at a certain point, certain shit ain't for you no more.
Yeah.
I tell a lot of people now, they be like, they come to me after the show, man, Bill, man, I got a bag on me, man, for the party. And I tell them, I said, you're a goddamn fool.
Get away from me.
Get away from me. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell you about yourself. I'm gonna give you fair warning. All right, motherfucker, this might be your last night on Earth.
Yeah.
So you take that ride if you want to. Really I ain't riding with you.
I'm amazed.
First of all, let me tell you why. Y'all some pussies. Scared. Because we going to do all the shit and call some more over here. And then you going to get uncomfortable and panic. Because you know what? I've been to the end of the goddamn ride. And you ain't going to be able to hang with me, my boy.
Billy's going to take it further than you were ready for.
Hey, it ain't going to go how you think it's going to go. And so what I'm saying to you is, I don't even live that way no more because I got some shit to do. Mm-hmm. But if I was, you ain't ready. You doing this Mickey Mouse shit. You'll be dead.
Billy's working on his purpose.
Nah, my purpose is here, man. It's like, bro, don't do that to yourself. One of the things that I tell people all the time, I'm like, look, man, people tell you how many commercials you see for Tide, Gain.
The big 100?
Yeah. You see.
All day. That's all you see.
You see them commercials. They selling it. Coke, Pepsi. Let me tell you something. You ain't never seen a commercial for. You ain't never seen no cocaine commercial. Shit sell out every day.
How do they do that?
Ain't nobody powder. Ain't nobody. You ain't never walked in nowhere. Hey, been on Instagrams. You seen somebody holding up a big ass bag of powder. You see a bunch of big ass bags of weed. We got bags and bags. I mean, this shit trash. You wouldn't be able to keep it.
We can dedicate this to whoever you want to, but the name of this episode.
Powder.
I'm just gonna start saying that randomly wherever I go. Powder.
God damn it, baby! Where'd you get that from, Billy?
You're gonna be out there. Hey, when every time somebody do some dumb shit, what are you doing? Powder. That's what it is. Blueface. Powder. Ray J. Powder.
Well, we ain't never done improving ourselves and trying to maintain that spirit of introspectiveness to try to get to the next level, right? So Billy's not done working on himself, I'm sure. No, none of us are. But it looks like you're in a new season now, and I think that's what kicked off this tour, right?
New season, man, I got so much shit to say, clearly. Shout out Sam Altman.
Sam? What's Altman got to do with this?
Fucking Altman, man.
I guess he's got everything to do with this.
He does. This is fucking guy, man.
Do you know him?
So this was funny. So years circa 2013. So the guys from Instagram decided to go fly a bunch of Instagram YouTubers and Viners out to celebrate. They sold the company to Meta. We get put on this private commercial flight. This is where they just bought out 2 full United Airlines flights and a Southwest Airlines flight. Flew us all to Vegas. We're at the Palms, and it's fucking crazy. First of all, if you've never been to the Palms, I've almost died at the Palms Hotel twice. The first time I was going to die at the Palms was in 2006. We are, what is that? All-Star Vegas. Diddy's having a party.
Did you say Diddy?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Mr. Combs.
Good luck, Puffy.
Yeah, man. Mr. Combs, I ain't got nothing but respect for you, man.
But damn.
Okay. But damn. So Diddy's on stage.
Powder.
Yeah, powder. There's more than powder. That's Tootsie right there. That's a different type of powder. It's the pink powder. Just, all this time, man. So, weirdly enough, you are going to possibly get something that nobody else has. I've got some videos of Diddy that nobody else got.
We'll walk him down for you.
And I'm going to probably give you one video as proof of this story, and also as proof for you to walk away with and see a different side of what they try to show you on television.
Stay tuned, rooters.
One video that I will give you that nobody else got.
That's next level.
No one's ever done something
so amazing for me.
So what you're going to get from this episode is one video.
Okay.
But I promise you, when you see this video, it's going to blow your mind.
I'm already pretty shocked.
And this
Was not on my bingo card today.
did not think you was gonna come to this house, and Billy said he got a video of Diddy. I can't give you the video I got of Michael Jackson.
Oh my god! Not even with the movie coming out?
Yeah.
I thought about it. I thought about it a lot. I saw that movie come out, and I said, this would be the time. But I want you to understand something. I'm not a predatory capitalist. Money does not move me that way.
Good.
But this video,
However,
you're going to see. You will probably, I feel 100% this episode is going to continue to go right. I'm probably going to leave you with this one video. But this video is going to change everything you know on the narrative about what it was about.
okay.
So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
Rooters. So, Rooters, let's go. We are there at the Palms Hotel. Diddy's on stage. I'm with TV Johnny.
I don't remember TV Johnny.
Johnny Dang. Large in the community, in the hip hop community, with doing grills for celebrity rappers. Paul Wall. You name it. Before there was the Ben Ballers, before there was anybody that you know in the jewelry industry at this time, everybody was coming to Houston, Texas to get their grills done and done the way that they were done over there. There was TV Johnny and then King Johnny. Two Johnnies. One Vietnamese, one Indian, but one love for making grills and connecting with the culture. You know, so at the time, I'm carrying a camera. Shout out to my friends over at Exotic Pop. Keelan Farouk at Exotic Pop and Cream Gods. If you get familiar with the Cream Gods brands, shout out to Sauce Walker and everybody over there. Man, you're going to see with them wearing. They have cream flavored sodas. They even got a walking activist flavored soda. That's a thing now. They now have sodas that people can just enjoy. I'm a cream soda fan. I love.
Who doesn't love cream soda?
Who doesn't? This shit is goddamn delicious.
It's powder.
It's powder.
What?
See? She was on powder. Everybody, she don't like it.
No cream soda for you?
You like root beer?
She says no.
You drink Pepsi? Okay.
No. Well, you're in Texas. The answer is Dr. Pepper, right? No Dr. Pepper? Oh, okay.
Okay. No, I saw a Mr. Pill commercial
What?
with Scottie Pippen in it.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, strawberry cream soda and strawberry Dr. Pepper is a motherfucker, boy. These are delectable. These are delectable sweets. We got sweets.
I'll try that out.
So I'm there with him, following him with the camera, because that's what you did back in 07. You had the guy with the camera with the big ass light on it. You know, I had a big stupid ass light. I had to have a power pack with that.
Yeah.
You know, batteries and shit have come a long way in the
God,
industry.
yeah.
So to power this without being plugged up to the wall, I had this big dumb ass battery built plaque, and it only just kept it on for an hour. But this light was like,
And putting off some heat.
because you got a fucking halogen bulb in it. They
Yeah.
did not have LEDs.
No.
So I'm lighting the whole motherfucking club up. I got fog light, front yard fog light activity. And so Johnny's there. He's presenting a chain to none other than Suge Knight.
Damn.
Suge Knight is in the mezzanine area of the upstairs level of the Palms Hotel. Diddy's on stage, and there, if you've ever been to the upper level in the Palms, that's where he was at. Party going crazy. He's sitting over there. I'm recording Johnny do the exchange. He was smoking a cigar. He already in federal custody right now, so I can just say it. He stopped smoking a cigar and started smoking weed. I was unaware that he was gonna do that until his person that was with him, one of the Bloods that was there. And the reason why I said they was Bloods because they had the bandana red shoes on. And I just feel like if you got red house slippers, that was the first time I seen the red bandana house. They just came out from China.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, these niggas for real. They got bandanas on their feet. They ain't even got it on their head. They got red shoes, red slippers. So I'm terrified. Nigga, like, these is like, they killed Tupac.
Yeah.
To my knowledge. And so, whole time, the nigga that did the shit is on the stage. Never mind. So, nigga up there dancing with the baby oil on is the killer. I'm over here with the nigga who was terrified in the back. This nigga's the abused. Whole time, he didn't know he was the abused. He just didn't know. He just, so, anyway.
You're basically an accomplice now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, you figure that shit out. So I'm sitting there, and he was like, "Yeah, man, cut it off. He can't be on camera. He's smoking on probation." So I cut the camera off. Camera's
Wink,
off.
wink.
No, for real.
Okay.
No bullshit. I ain't no. I ain't on no fuckboy shit. I cut the camera off.
Right.
But the light is still on.
Okay.
The big white light.
So everybody thinks it's still running.
So when I'm sitting here and this is when the shoulder mount cameras. I got a shoulder mount Panasonic HVX 1000. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, rocket launcher. Got it.
Yeah, looked like you shoulder mount camera. And so I got it. The light's there. I got the shoulder mount brace that's right there. So I'm like this, holding the gear. Got my headphones on. So I'm looking. I got one ear off. Keelan's over here. He's field producing for me. So I'm talking blah 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 blah. And out of nowhere, all the bloods is around me, and I ain't tripping. And then nigga Suge was like, "Yeah, nigga got me fucked up." I'm like, "What?" I look, Suge is walking toward me. Yeah, you got me fucked up. You up here recording me for these motherfuckers. Goddamn crackers, you up here trying to work with, trying to set me up. You a J-boy. I said, what? Who is he talking to?
You don't even remember the lights on.
I don't remember the light is on. So they coming. I look for Johnny Dang, Paul Walden part. Nobody's there. Them motherfuckers is gone. Keelan is right there talking about, man, come on. By the time he says, man, come on, motherfucker grabbed my shirt.
Uh-huh.
And so they grabbed me, trying to pull me back into this little area. It's like
is that Suge grabbing you?
It's Suge and his guy. And Suge, they trying to tell him to calm down. They gonna deal with it. So they grab me. Out of nowhere, I get picked up. Shout out to the Samoan bodyguard who picked me up. That was the bodyguard for Paul Wall and Chibi Johnny that weekend. And he put me over his shoulder. And these motherfuckers started wailing off on him. They are beating his ass. They beat my feet. They start punching.
You got feet beat?
I got feet beat, but he's grabbing me and walking me down some stairs, and they're punching him. Leave the Samoans alone.
Yeah, for real.
Ain't no joke.
Because while he had me, he turned around and he hit one of the motherfuckers. Sleep. And then he says, T, going on, T. T, going on, I ain't fucking around today. And that stopped it. And then I'm still getting carried. I'm an adult male.
Well, you were.
Yeah. At this point,
About 30 seconds ago.
yeah, I'm over the show. And he puts me inside the back seat of this limo. And there is Johnny and everybody in there. And I was like, where the fuck was y'all at?
They saw the temperature. They got out.
As soon as Suge started walking, they was like, we gone.
They gone.
Like Looney Tunes.
So I'm mad.
I'm not getting my feet
So
beat.
I'm like, y'all motherfuckers left me. The motherfuckers gonna kill me in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Now I got a war story. The motherfucker give me all my feet. He like bitch. So now it's me against the world. I'm feeling like, I'm pop. Can't tell me nothing now. I'm like, this is I just crossed Capra. This ain't shit. I would have ran it with him. I had no idea that's what was going on. But so that was the first time I almost died in the Palms. Cut to back to we out there with Instagram. I got a party. And this is 2013, and I had no idea the technology that went into what they upgraded the club with. This was the first time that I'm listening to a DJ set, and he's controlling the thermostat as well as the precipitation, as well as what sensory overload I have in this party. Now I'll be honest. I was with some friends, some other influencers who are very hot and are still very hot right now. And Jay, if you're listening, sweetheart, I appreciate what you exposed me to that weekend. I did not know Molly was brown until that weekend. And that me dropping that Molly with y'all in that goddamn hotel was probably one of the better moments of my life. All of the stuff that me and your friends did that weekend was great and exceptional. If I knew what I knew now, I would have said fuck my family. I wouldn't have went back home. I was good where I was, and I owe you an apology. You're doing well out here. I've seen your shows and stuff that you got going on. But if you see this interview, just know my bad. You tried to tell me she don't love me. My wife didn't care. And I didn't listen.
You did the right thing, sounds like.
The right thing the wrong fucking way.
Well, 2020, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, but so I almost died because I'm on Molly. I did not know that one of the side effects of an amphetamine being boosted through your bloodstream is
Massive dehydration.
You can drink like a fish. You now become Aquaman. Any shots, bring them to me. So they got shots going around. Thank all your influencers there. We're having. I'm for the sake of just people trying to change their life. I'm not gonna name a couple of people that were on Vine and big with over 7 million followers, but I will say this: that weekend we all bonded, and the way that we passed these women back and forth, like the 1985 Lakers was great. Magic and Kareem. Kareem to AC Green, and there's a jumper. Lakers are on a 3-0 run. Nigga, we is going crazy up there. And I'm talking about, like, it's Molly.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I done took bumps of powder, but I ain't never did Molly. I done did pills, but I ain't did Molly. Triple stack Blue Dolphins in 03 was a motherfucker. This is 2013. I did not know it could go there. So, did not know I was that high. Call my dad.
Oh, no.
Hey, man, I want to thank you for everything you ever did for me. Hey, son, what's going on, man? It's 4 in the morning. Yeah, I know, man, but look, I'm going to make you proud out here. I'm going to make you proud. Tell the bitch I'm getting the hot tub in a minute. Yeah, I'm going to make you proud. Yeah, I'm doing the shit you told me to do. You told me to get on the hose. Look, hey, I got him. Son, where you at? I'm in Vegas. What you doing in Vegas? I'm overlooking the city. Don't jump.
Now, do you legit remember that conversation? Or did he tell it to you later?
No, I remember the conversation because it didn't stop there. I did not understand what MDMA was initially utilized for. So, Carl Jung, one of our great leaders presented psychiatrics and mental health journeys would often indulge in cocaine. But part of that research that he had already started taking in and starting to understand was MDMA's first clinical usage was for couples therapy.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes. See, this is what they don't tell you. They go in the lab to find the shit to solve a problem. What they find gets out. People reproduced what the solution for the problem was because it worked. They did clinical trials, and what they found was a couple, male and woman, male and male, woman and woman, a family dynamic with an emotional connection who might have predisposed trauma can inject and or do MDMA, and then they have a higher the potential of them solving their problems with emotional empathy, physical touch, or sexual reconnection, or being able to forgive increases by like 125 to 150%.
It's all back on the table.
It's all handled and resolved. And they go and they deal with that. And they give it to you in dosages to do that to mitigate your issue that you experience.
Mediation.
Yeah, right. There we go.
Call back.
Infidelity, loss of a child, financial woes. They were able to do that. Now, they have it. They had it in pill form. It's always been here.
Yeah.
But we were unaware of it. Well, who the fuck would know what drug does what unless you were a part of the trial basis in the medical community? Now you got to go back to this. Don't start with the hood. Just don't start with us, baby.
Yeah.
Y'all made this. You know what it was gonna do when you gave it to it. Baby, just take this pill and shut up. You'll feel it in a minute. So now, in that moment, I didn't know what it was. I'm way past the dosage. I done told her, I said, I don't feel it. She was like, wait. I said, give me one more. I know how this go. Because I'm treating this shit like X pills. No. She reluctantly says, fine, okay, if you die, you die. I take that motherfucking second piece. Now, these times they're in vegetable capsules.
Billy, will you pull that mic up just a little bit?
Okay,
It's starting to
sorry.
slip on you. Sorry.
I pulled it's a vegetable valve. I freestyle it. I pop the valve loose,
Oh, no.
dump it on my tongue.
Yeah.
So there's no
And-
telling how much you dosed yourself with.
Well, it wasn't the bag. Hold on, I ain't going to the big bag. For those of you that need some understanding, there's a big bag. You stay your ass out the big bag. Now, if they already got it broken down in them little valves, that's fine. You deal with that when they give you that. Don't you go digging in there and sift it in that bag. And for God's sakes, whatever you do, don't do what I did. Because I was suggested this by someone who shall not be named. When they found out that I had it, he said, nah, bro, put the shit on the glass. I said, what? What you mean put it on the glass? We was at the hot tub. There was some girls there. He said, listen, man, we're about to experience Gwen Stefani. I said, she at the party? Nigga, we just seen motherfucker with the helmets.
Oh, you got me.
Dead Mouse.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the motherfuckers with the helmets. This Dead Mouse. This is what we did with the mouse ears. I ain't understand that. No, I'm telling my daddy about it. This sounds like some satanic demonic ritual. Because I'm in the goddamn rave, and I didn't know that they had the speakers and the flames and the light. So that shit is shooting down, then misting stuff. I'm rolling on a body roll because the shit finally hit me at like 2 o'clock. Now I'm in that bitch. Yeah! And so my stupid ass done already took that second dosage. I'm going through the roof. Dehydration is definitely setting in. So now what I'm doing to offset that?
Just drinking that.
Everything. Straight bottle.
He's Aquaman.
I'm Aquaman, bro. I was Aquaman. Prince Namor, the Submariner. I'm drinking every goddamn thing. And my boy says, put it on the glass. Now we back at the room. The sun's coming up. It's like 4:40. He told me put that shit on that glass on that table at Palms Hotel. I said, okay, sure. He had the Coke. He put some of that Molly in the Coke.
Oh, my God.
And we snorted it. And I suggest you never do that unless you want to take the ride of your fucking life.
This
And let me
sounds
tell you
like
something.
maybe the first documented case of this. Has this ever been attempted before?
You should just be open up to your rooters to help you find out the stories about this, because that's when I found out that it feels like an army of ants are marching in your nose. And then
Sounds
there's a
delightful.
sensation that sets in. And then it's like, I hope that you're the one. If not, you are the prototype. We'll tiptoe to the sun and do things I know you like. I think I'm in love again. I'm out there listening to that shit. I mean, and it was great. I watched the sun come up on the patio pool. I fucked them ladies consensually. I want to say that.
Right.
Consensually. And thoroughly well. It was a great show. Great show. Great show. The amount of, then Jack Daniel's honey was out. So I had to, and that's why I came up with this. So if anybody never did this, you ever had Jack Daniel's honey, do yourself a favor and put it in the microwave for 10 seconds. Let that thing get hot like a cup of coffee, like a hot toddy, but it's Jack Daniel's. You finna go to town.
That doesn't sound bad. Yeah.
It's like a dick sedative.
It's like that. That's a warm honey pack.
Yeah, because what you first got to do and understand is with alcohol, the sugar hits your body, you have different things, but the whiskey aspect of it sit on your pancreas because you got it in something chilled. You got these I usually like mine on a solid ice cube. But if I'm going to drink whiskey, I'll just go straight to regular. Same thing with vodka. I was told and taught by a very Russian specialist, you are not to mix nothing with vodka, and you drink that shit straight.
I've heard that. Yeah.
It's already made. You are ruining the vodka when we mix it with it. That's why you didn't see it before we started. I had me a little half a shot of vodka, nothing in it. The last little corner of it, I put some cream soda in it. But anyway, that shit's a dick sedative. You ain't got to take a Percocet to do that. You can do this at home today, folks, with 3 easy payments of 1 bottle of Jack Daniel's honey and 10 seconds in the microwave. And I promise you.
Now, on the vodka formula, is it okay to have ice on it? Is that factored in?
So
because I've heard this before. You're not supposed to mix it.
You're not supposed to mix it. And the best way to have any alcohol, room temperature. I need you to understand why they started doing certain things. When they chill a drink, that is for you to enjoy the drink, but it also preserves the process on the body because it has to go to your pancreas. It sits at your pancreas before it can even be broken down and absorbed into your bloodstream properly. It's got to sit there and wait, and your pancreas job is working like a motherfucker. It's taking all this cold shit and trying to make it room temperature so your body can do it, so you don't have malabsorption. And so that is where you get all what these motherfuckers coming up with. Pancreatic cancer. Room temperature, bro. Water ain't supposed to be fucking ice cold.
Well, and then talking about corporations earlier, just wanting you to buy more product.
Because everything sells. You drink it faster. Yeah. You still feel thirsty. Why you still feel thirsty? Because your body ain't absorbed the water. You drinking it because it's cold. It's sitting on your fucking pancreas.
And you got the diabetes.
There we go. Yeah. You got the sugars. The sugars in the powder. But if you got powder, you ain't gonna have the sugars.
You just got the powder.
Wait. They both powder. They both is technically powder. So now powder got a dual meaning.
Granule.
But I hope in that understanding of that little small voyage, I almost died at night because I could not quench my thirst.
I can't imagine how hungover you must have been. Did
it
take you 3-4 days to get over that?
No.
You were still a young man.
No, I did more of the shit that you always got to bite the dog that bit you. I don't know how y'all don't know that in Fort Worth.
I've heard it, but it don't work no more for me at 40.
Wait a minute. So you telling me?
It does not.
What would make you have a hangover, bro?
Alcohol in large quantities. Yeah. And the older I get, the smaller large quantity means. Like, it used to be half a bottle of Jack Daniels. Now it's 6 White Claws.
And see, the White Claw, that I be telling people, I mean, no, not against White Claw, fantastic brand. But anytime you have a carbonate inside of what you're having, you are adding a compounded sugar to what you're doing. Yeah. It's a compounded sugar, bro.
Well, I just used it as a light example. But
and for us, you like thinking like, you know what? I'm gonna have a couple White Claws. I ain't going too crazy. Nah, bro. Go straight to the straight whiskey shot and go like Columbo. I was telling him about my decanters and talking about it earlier about why I have the decanters that I have. Shout out television. Columbo's show. At the end of the show, he would get into a point where he couldn't quite figure out the crime. I was thinking about this the other day.
Did he pull out the decanter?
He pulled that decanter out because he's sitting there drinking in his office by himself. And I thought that shit was the coolest shit that he had his own little bar back there. And he'd pull and go in a drawer, and Columbo would then start piecing shit together.
Now he's got it figured out.
He got it figured out, having that last little shot. And you know what he was having? He was drinking scotch. Shout out to the makers of Cuddy Sark. A dangerous but very, very exquisite ride if you decide to go on it. I know you're going to get told about it.
Is that a scotch?
That is. It's a scotch whiskey whiskey blend. There's Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, all the good brands. Shout out to the good people over at GO3 Vodka. I love y'all to death. A Texas-made vodka with a purpose, a very intentful purpose. You should read up on GO3, General Orders Number 3 Vodka. Historical sense if you want to understand that.
I will check that out.
But I say all this to say, when you start trying to piece back where you got off at and what that solitude of 2020 to 21, 22 time is, you start having to go peel back all those layers. And a lot of us were drinking, partying, or doing whatever we could do, and then we couldn't do any of that, or then we had to just deal with what we had already manifested with ourselves. And so that's what came out. I found that out about my sisters. Immediately there was some recourse of what needed to be dealt with that, in our family dynamic. My father had been dead. It was like our third year. Traumatically understanding what that meant, what my role was. I kind of took on things and I did not know that I had enough.
Yeah.
I felt like, the man think I can carry the load. I got y'all. Not realizing that these women and these people are adults, and we have role responsibility.
Yeah.
And my first obligation, I felt myself. And I had been doing some things that was not serving myself first. Not my children, because you can't help your children if you're not straight. See, people be like, I'll do everything with my kids. I'll go without. Hey, why you doing that? That means you should reevaluate some other shit. Because if you got to go without just so that they can be, then you fiduciarily have failed somewhere. You've mentally have failed somewhere, or you've emotionally failed somewhere, or you spiritually have failed somewhere, or you failed to plan what your decision was. You're impulsively making a decision that is not servicing you. And like, what are you getting out of this shit? To win an argument?
Going without is not winning. Yeah.
No, it's not fucking winning. No, go get on get a public service. That's what it's there for. Hey, get whatever benefits you need. It's a public benefit. It is a public you're paying for it anyway when you go do your taxes. It ain't when you do your taxes and when you pay into the state, when you do these things and you get taxed on something, what you think the money going toward?
Right. You already paid for it.
You already paid for it. Utilize it.
Yeah.
We have sensationalized and demonized people who need services. Bro, a fucking insurance only gives you access to services. But if you just buying some gas and being a person that do your taxes gets you access to services, then the quality of services that I'm offered is going to be what's the benefit of being there. That's the amenity. Maybe I should call it an amenity to being a Texan. You can go do unemployment.
You mean an amenity?
That, all right, see how I use the word? What's the difference between an amenity and a benefit?
Amenity is something that you earned.
Did you earn the access to the pool when you get to the apartment?
I paid for it.
Right. So it's a what?
Benefit.
Did you earn the access to public services when you were a Texan with a driver license or an ID?
Paid for it. Yeah.
It's a benefit. So why are you shaming somebody to take advantage of the benefit?
Well, because if we can make it socially acceptable for people to shame people for reaching out for help, less people will reach out for help, and the state doesn't have to pay as much.
Then I also control the narrative about who's getting the benefit.
Yeah.
Then
And what they can do with it.
Correct. And that's a whole commission. Anytime you see the word commission, that means we have the right to control, to commission, receive, and put out money. That's why they call him the commissioner. He's the NBA commissioner. He chooses who can put out the money. We don't be knowing the words. You didn't know that you was a part owner in the fucking Texans. Oh, that's a benefit to being a Houstonian. Whether you like the motherfuckers or not, a portion of what you spend is going to go to redeveloping the Reliant Arena. To redeveloping what your boy finna do over there in the Toyota Center. We don't know how to have those conversations because we don't understand the mechanics of and the rules behind it. That's why you have people who come over and encroach the benefit who are not residents of this place with only the intention to be destructive. No, I ain't personally got a vendetta against Somalians. I don't personally have a vendetta against Indians. I don't personally have a vendetta against Mexicans. I don't personally have a vendetta against anybody. But I do have a vendetta against people or groups of people who don't have a vested interest in the public interest and then intrude or abuse the benefit. Yes, I 100% do.
Hey, they were just told they were going to get a bunch of free shit. Can't blame them for that.
Right. And then why were they told to do a certain thing? Because I now know you ain't coming over here to get into the fucking politics, that you're going to make a determination and a decision to vote a certain way. Well, then I bought my way back to the table to then turn around and get lobbied to get more money.
Billy, is that hat made out of tinfoil?
Bro,
I hear you. I feel the same way. You know, the world's on fire and everybody needs to stop doing drugs. But really, the only thing we can do to make this world a better place
is laugh.
Is go to Hyenas.
That's right.
April 26th.
April 26th.
What
And
time
I
you hitting the
promise
stage?
First of all, they got us on I don't know who decided 7 p.m. was a good time.
Works for me. I like it when y'all show up early.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'm gonna be there. I'm barbecuing in the back. I'm tailgating. I'm treating this like homecoming.
I guess you'll be up in that parking garage, Sundance parking garage, with the smoker on the back.
Well, I would like, and I'm gonna give you a challenge. I want to taste the best food.
Oh, I've got you covered.
I want to experience the best bars.
I'll bet.
Before I get on stage, and I would like to make a convoy over to Hyenas from a day of day drinking and gallivanting. I would like to start my day at about 11 o'clock tasting the best procured meat. I eat earlier than that.
So here's the deal. The reason we drove all the way down to Houston to see you is because, as heartbreaking as it is, on the 26th, as you are driving up to Fort Worth, I'm going to be driving down to Galveston.
What's going on in Galveston?
There's a boat. I'm going to get on that boat.
Hey,
I'm going to be gone for 5 days, Billy. But I tell you what, I can either set you up with people or I can give you a list of all the best
I am
places.
looking for...
Dimitri's got you.
I want to... You know what? I might need to get there the 24th.
Okay. Now we're talking.
When you leave? You leave on the 26th?
The 26th. We're literally going to pass each other on the highway. But, if you get there on the 24th...
I think the thing to do is, become the storm.
I am the storm.
When you start the shit on the 24th, whoever didn't know, it's like, hey, some motherfucker down here taking a shit ton of shots and he telling the story. I think we need to go see him. By day 2, this is what the bands did.
Facts, though.
This is what touring was. What the fuck you think they did between the 17th and the 30th?
I don't want to rob Fort Worth of the pleasure of seeing you play on stage. You party with us.
No, we're going to do, because some of those people are going to. Listen, I've handled it so far.
Billy, I'm just saying, man.
I've really dominated it without a child. Only places and states that I've lost to is the people in the cities that I've have children came out. I've lost in Los Angeles. I've lost in Houston. I've lost in Gary, Indiana.
Horrible places, all the ones you just listed.
Yeah, horrible places to lose. Yeah, horrible places to lose.
Billy, man, I got to say thank you one more time for doing this with us. Thank you for inviting us into your home, and we have treasure after treasure in this recording.
And we can do lightning round for 5 seconds, 1 to 2 minutes. Is it, all the questions get answered that you wanted? Because I feel like he was like, man, I want to ask him this, but he was talking about the political shit. So,
bro, I opened the show with your eight-year-old story. So, I mean, I wasn't holding anything back. I mean, I'd ask you anything. You dove into everything I asked you. You got nothing to hide. And I told Dimitri on the way down here, I was like, there are 2 Billys. There's introspective Billy, and then there's Billy just crashing out. So let's see which one we get. I think we did good. We got both. Billys.
Did I crash out?
No, we didn't.
Because I got to check. He was an anti-Semite in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I was not.
There was that whole anti-Semitic thing.
Oh, no, man. I just
not at all.
Yeah, not at all. We had a good time today. I will say this. Today, for those of you who are listening to this, I grew up as a kid in the early 80s, late 90s. And there was a show called Midnight Caller. And he'd always leave his radio show with a last word. So I'll leave this with you guys. As you're sitting there in your space and you're thinking about who you are and what you have, realize one thing. The thing you're chasing, the gratification that comes along with that, it's a soft sell. But it comes with a hard price. There are people who've chased those things would have no tangible end in sight. And you get to the top of the mountaintop and you see there's nothing but skulls, bones, and some old trophies. Then you have to march your way back down to the rest of civilization and face everybody you left trying to get to the top of it. Save yourself that journey up. look within, heal, find yourself, and then find yourself in other people. Look back to people who remind you of how you used to be and do whatever you can to help them. You live forever if you continue the cycle of that energy. We all know that energy can't be created nor destroyed. So if you maintain that pure sense and you pass it along, you will inevitably help yourself thousands of times over. And one day you might experience the helping hand that you yourself put forward to you. I love you and good night.
That's excellent. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of radio, so I enjoy that.
Yes, sir.
The sign off. And he wasn't messing around either. You see that?
Yeah.
Strip that thing off.
Slid
And
him
he's
right
done.
on. Then
That's
the
it.
sip. That's a victory sip right there.
Dimitri, thank you for making the trip down with me, brother.
Of course.
And if y'all don't know this, Dimitri, y'all haven't been paying attention to the show for very long. If you don't know Dimitri, he was on was it Tuesdays? You did every Tuesday with me when we were doing the morning show. And this has been one of my biggest supporters for a very long time. We've known each other about a year now.
A little over a year.
Yeah. And y'all can catch him, open mics at Hyenas as well. What nights? Thursdays?
Yes.
Oh, no, you already did your sign-off.
Nah, fuck
Done
that.
with you, Billy. Get out
Dimitri,
Yeah.
where you at on the 26th?
I'll be in Fort Worth.
You want to do the show?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
God damn it, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Nice. All right, now Billy's really done this time. He said he's not coming back. Folks, thank y'all so much for hopefully enjoying this episode. Go see our friend Billy at the Hyenas Comedy Club in Fort Worth, Texas, April 26th, 7 p.m. Find tickets online. I don't really know how. Go to Hyenas. Check it out. They got a 2-drink minimum. It's a dope club. You're gonna enjoy it. I promise.
Yeah. Shout out to Ralph and then John and Eric at Hyenas as well too.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna take care of you guys.
All right. That's it, folks. We'll see you next time.